Okay, hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Thoughts Podcast. We are not thoughts, but we have thoughts. True, honest opinions towards success. My name is Akira Casado, better known as Z. I'm excited to be here with all of you. And as promised, we were going to bring guests, some powerhouses, and I'm excited to have this gentleman with us. If you have not followed him or seen him on TikTok, you might be underneath a rock because he's definitely rising on that platform. So if you already are not following him, definitely check out BIGZO on TikTok. So we're gonna have some culture curing conversation. Let me bring him. Hey, BIGZO.
Hey. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. I've been looking forward
Absolutely.
to it.
Well, we have been looking forward to it as well. We are fans over here in this realm of the world, but definitely tell us where you're from. Where all that content is coming from, what side of the world, what city and state you represent.
I am from St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised. Um, just just life experiences and just some are personal experiences, some are just experiences from friends of mine. Um, for some reason, people seem to open up to me, so they share things with me, and I think one of my gifts is I'm a good listener. I've been told that, so I just listen, man, and I try to access things and just add a lot of logic to things because you could really get a lot of things accomplished if you just use logic. So
Absolutely.
and then for the most part, it's just me trying to talk about real life situations just in a humorous way, not like I'm attacking anyone or trying to judge or shame anybody. It's just all things that we could really kind of relate to. Whether it be something that's funny or just anything serious. And of course, police sirens would come in my background, but I promise you, I'm not in the hood. But
This is
yeah, for sure. So that's just pretty much it, man. That's just pretty much it. And then like we talked about previous, just we just need something different.
yeah,
We need something different from us because everybody we at war and nobody seems to have respect or just care for their fellow man or woman, and it's just I just can't engage in that. I can't engage in that. I won't. It's just not healthy for us. But so that's just my approach to my content. I want to me personally. I would like to kind of bridge the gap because there's too many people trying to blow up the bridge.
yeah. When you
So
say, when you say bridge the gap, are you referring to what exactly?
between men and women, when it just comes to loving each other and just respecting each other, because it's to the point now where everybody is so, what can you do for me? And we've overdone that whole protect our peace and protect our energy thing. We've ran that into the ground to the point where now some of us have become insufferable, and no one wants to be around us because we we we're so strong about standing on business.
Yeah, yeah,
So if you and I get it because we all been through things. So you do kind of want to protect your heart, protect your mental, but you have to find that balance. I know it's easier said than done, but you can't bring everything from your past to your present to
yeah,
your future. You have to find a way to deal with it, and at some point, not necessarily let it go, but just be able to work through it and be able to function out here.
yeah.
Because it's not fair to the other person that's trying to get to know you, or even just friendship, not even necessarily relationships, just any type of friendship or relationship. You can't. It's unfair to put that on the next person.
Yeah.
And
I totally agree with that.
we all have our triggers or whatever, but it's just not a good time for us out here, man. It's just we're at war, and I don't I don't like it. I don't like it. Like it's a crazy climate, you know.
Now, when you say that we're at war, sorry, I'm just my thing. When you say that we're at war, do you think that's a man and woman thing in the black community, or do you think this is everybody, black, white, or indifferent? But do you think it's specific to black people when it comes to this war with men and women?
Well, I think in general, it's it's just men and women. But I think for some reason, everything that we do, it gets amplified.
Yeah,
So we can have a small situation that'll be magnified, as opposed to the outsiders could have a similar situation and it's kind of swept under the rug, or it's just hush hush. We don't. But we tend to be a loud culture. We want to be seen. We want to be heard. We want to be respected. So we're gonna make our presence felt one way or the other.
right.
Um, but I think it's fixable. It's
Yeah,
fixable. It's fixable. We just have to actually listen to one another. And I mean, when I say listen, I mean not just keep quiet until it's your turn to speak. I mean actually hear what you are saying to me,
right.
and I process it, I digest it, and then I'm able to give some type of feedback, some type of healthy feedback, instead of just me waiting on you to get done so I can point the finger at you, because it ain't nothing but a bunch of finger point. Nobody wants to be accountable on both sides.
You know what I always say? If you got one finger pointing, you got three pointing back
Facts,
at you.
facts, facts,
So I
facts.
do agree with you. Like I feel like there is a war, so to speak, between men and women. And I feel like online, specifically with the power of social media, it only talks about the things that women don't want and what men don't want versus what we do want. So, like, for example, you have like some people who are big time, some men are big time Kevin Samuel fans, right? And
Hmm.
I think some of his content is good because some people may think that he only bashed women, and at the same time, I know some of those things were for likes and comments and the entertainment.
Hmm.
But like, I remember even watching something where he checked the guy and told him, "You don't even be thinking about women at all." You
Well, you know what's funny? In the beginning, like I can't even say I'm a fan of his. I'm kind of like with you. Some of the stuff he says, I'm like, yo, he's spot on.
know?
And some of the stuff I'm just like, ah. But I think a lot of people had a problem with his delivery because he didn't sugarcoat anything. But if you go back, he actually started off
Check,
dealing with men.
yeah, checking men.
It's just this is why I say black women have so much power and influence. He didn't take off until he started talking about black women.
Yeah,
And then black women was like, nah, wait, hold on, partner. And they kind of blew him up. So black women really moved the culture. So that's why I don't understand how y'all are so disrespected out here. When y'all push
yeah,
the needle of what's cool, what's fashionable, everybody copy every other culture or race copies what y'all do.
yes,
From the hairstyles to the fashion to the body shapes, to the voluptuous lips to just whatever. Everything everybody emulates you guys. Even like gay people. To me, they're just doing a bad impersonation of a black woman.
right, right.
And but I mean, and it's cool. But I just, hey, let's put some respect on y'all name. So I'm an advocate for y'all. I can't. My mama black, my grandmama black. You know what I mean? My wife black. I can't. I can't be out here just. Can we cuss?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Okay. I can't. We can't be out here just shitting on y'all. Like I can't. I can't. I can't go for it. I won't. I won't. And so when me and my cousin we did our podcast or whatever, and I didn't even talk to him beforehand.
hmm
So when he came through and we got to chopping it up, I was so happy because I'm like, damn, all right, cool. He on the same page as me. So now we can really get it cooking. But I just feel like uh y'all are under a lot of unnecessary scrutiny.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
and like
pressure.
as a black woman in this world, I do sometimes feel conflicted because a lot of the things that I see online that depicts us as these unruly. ghetto, yada yada. I don't really know a lot of women like that. I know there's women that exist, but like you said, even women who don't look like us that even copy that, they don't get the same blow as we do. And what do you say in regards to bridging that gap? Like, do you think it starts with the men respecting the women or the women giving the men something to respect? Because, like,
Mm,
for example, you know, I'm trying to think of her name, Rhapsody. You know, if you think of a rapper like Rhapsody, she has never gotten the publicity that I think she should get
hmm.
because if most people listen to her music versus listening to, I don't know, what's the girl? I don't even know one song she's made, but she got like curly hair and she's really light skinned. She kind of depicts
Ice
that
Spice.
Ice Spot. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
listened to one of her songs the other day and I literally was like, this sounds like nursery rhyme rapping. No offense to her, but in my
No, no, because what you're saying is true. We all know the ratchetness and the juice is what sells. Sex is what sells. All of that stuff is what sells. We don't want to see society, I'm sorry, doesn't want to see black women speaking intelligently
yeah,
or having high self-respect for themselves and carrying themselves in such a manner. To them, that doesn't sell when nothing could be further from the truth.
yeah,
So a lot of times you're almost pressured to go in that direction because at the end of the day we all trying to get to the bag.
yeah,
And so if this appears to be an easier route, then why would not do it?
yeah,
Opposed to standing on your pride and your dignity and your integrity and trying to get it that way, which may be a little bit more challenging. It's just that's just where we are. And to go to your point, like Rhapsody is dope, but I may be showing my age, but I don't know if you remember this woman rapper back in the day named Bahamadia. She uh, YouTuber, Googler, whatever. She puts you in the same mind of like Rhapsody, and she was that conscious, natural rap. I think she had an afro. You know, she wasn't the classically standard for the beauty or whatever society says. You know, she had the natural afro. I think she had like a little gap in them, but she had bars. She was dope. But again, like you said, they tend not to get as much light because they not shaking their ass or they're not talking about how hypersexual they are or
yeah.
how dudes ain't shit and how you just use them to get the money and um it's just it's times is just weird, man.
It's so weird. It's
Yeah,
like the people who are, I won't say stupid, but let's say who are not where we would want our kids to be
yeah,
gets the publicity, but the people who are the ones that are actually intelligent is being silenced. And you can't oppose certain things or you're going to get canceled.
yeah, yeah. It's
And
like
this is a fact, or even the most logical things on
if you don't agree with me, you're hating.
yes, which is impossible. It's like so frustrating because at the end of the day, we are not supposed to be the same, and that's how you elevate. So,
We
so
can't
it is frustrating.
we can't sharpen each other's sword if we both agree all the time. If we
Exactly.
always share the same views, how can we grow and evolve and improve on one another? I should be able to learn from you. You should be able to learn from me. We don't always have to agree, and that's fine. And that's fine. But it doesn't have to get just because we don't agree with each other. It doesn't have to be any hatred or beef between us.
Yes.
I can disagree with you and still feel safe and comfortable around you,
Right.
but
I
still
get
have a relationship with you. It doesn't have to be if we don't agree, all right, then I don't want to have nothing to do with you.
right.
That's crazy to me. We just so quick to throw each other away. We don't value each other no more. We
I
will
agree
fall
with that.
out and throw each other away over the littlest thing when a simple conversation can fix it.
Yeah. I agree with that. I feel like we have taken some parts because I believe social media is a plus. I do management for people and all that, and it can be a plus. But I feel like we take it to matter of fact, where you know
Hmm.
how you can unlike someone, unfollow them, block them. It's just like that, and you take that in real as if you can just X people out, and then if something bad happens to them, then what? You know what I'm saying? Then you're
Exactly. Exactly.
all that stuff.
I want to go back to something you said when you were referring to how the imagery surrounding like our entertainment.
Okay.
If you is and entertainment is what it is, and I hate the fact that we take it as adults. We take it so literally, and we allow ourselves to be influenced in a way.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, look at these artists, and no disrespect to anybody, but look at the music that they put out, but behind the scenes it's totally different.
Oh yeah.
Nicki Minaj married,
Yes.
Two Chains married, Young Jeezy was married. Like they put their kids through. You see them posting, they putting their kids through college and all
Yeah.
of that. They not raising their kids to go be in the trap and all of that. They raising them the right way. These people are happily married behind the scenes, but the entertainment is what sells.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the times we don't get to see that behind the scenes footage. So we thinking, hey, that's the life, but it's it's not. It's
It.
not.
I think we have forget to separate the artistry from the person.
That's
I'll
a
never forget. I saw a video of Cardi B running into. Well, she was doing her song in the kitchen, and her daughter came in, and she turned it off
yes,
quick.
yes,
I don't know if you saw
yes,
that. She turned it off and was like,
yes,
"Oh, baby, da-da-da-da-da." And that should be a clue to a lot of people. Like, I
yes.
remember as a kid, my mother would not let us listen to certain music, and then when I got older, it made sense.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And as parents, don't you think we have to take some responsibility or all the responsibility in whether or not our kids are exposed to that? Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's so hard today. It is a little difficult today because they have access. But I feel like it's our responsibility to shield our kids from certain things.
it is. And although we can't, because with social media, internet, whatever, you can't protect them 100%.
Right.
But what you can do is monitor it, and we don't talk to our kids enough.
No.
It's like if we're not fussing at them or giving them orders, stay out of her.
And I hate, we know what drives me crazy? The phones.
Yeah,
If we are grown adults and we're addicted to cell phones, we're addicted.
yeah,
It's what it is.
yeah.
Imagine what that does to a 2, 3, 4 year old. And it's
Exactly,
it takes
exactly.
time to get something done and all of that. I get that, but it should not babysit your child, you know.
1,000%.
And
One.
I feel like when I was in a grocery store one not too long ago, and that's all the whole time the kids in the stroller like this. And yes, it's letting you work and not work, but shop. But those can be moments where you connect with your kids. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
agree.
what is
I
this
agree.
apple? You know
You
where it comes from? What color is it? This
you
is
know
an
what I you know what I do when I have to run errands or something and my son's he's gonna come along. When we get out the car, I make him leave his phone in the car.
yeah,
And so we walk and we talk. We walk and we talk. I give him the opportunity to talk about whatever because we look at these kids, we think, oh, they ain't got nothing to worry about. They don't have no responsibilities. But hey, believe it or not, these kids be dealing with things.
yeah, they
It
do.
may not be major to us, but sometimes they may have some little things going on. So you just have to give them that space to feel like, yo, you can come to me about anything. Whether you feel like you're going to get in trouble or not. I tell him, hey, whether you think you're going to get in trouble or not, come to me
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'll handle it. Whether you're going to get in trouble or not, because the worst thing you want to do is to hide it and make it worse.
yeah,
So it's best to address it and just, yo, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I maybe get mad at you, but the love never stops.
yeah. I
The
think
love
that's
never stops.
so important to create a safe space for kids, especially with them
Hmm.
being exposed to social media.
Yeah.
Because the one thing you don't want them to do is think. See, I think it's worse to lie, like you just said, than it is for the deed. Because we're all
Yeah.
human. We're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
The moment you lie to me is when we can get in trouble. You know, my boys are much older. They're actually not. babies anymore, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Um, they grown men, and anyway, so it's. I'm in a different phase in parenting where I'm seeing, did this stuff work?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But see, all we can do is what we know is right. Now, when they get grown and gone, that's on them.
Yeah,
But I need to be able to walk away from this saying I did my best. I gave you all the tools that you needed to have to get it out here. Taught you what respect is, self-love is, respect women, respect yourself, respect your mother. Like I preach those things to him. Now, when you get from underneath our roof and you're, on your own dime, your own watch, then I have no control over that. But I will hope that you would take those things with you.
you know what scene pops in my head while you're saying that, and move and is it Friday? No, not Friday. Boys in the Hood. Remember when what's his name got shot, and the dad he jumped out the window to go retaliate, and the dad is got
Yeah,
the
yeah,
got
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
hoping that he just does the right thing.
Yes, yes. And imagine how, now I get it, it's a movie, but that's a real life situation.
Yes.
Imagine how terrified as a parent knowing your kid leaving to go on a mission
Yeah.
and not knowing if that's the last time you're gonna see him come through that go out that door.
Right.
Yo, I can't handle that.
Mm-mm.
I can't handle that. Hey, don't let the heighten. Look, I'm a softie. I'm a sensitive guy. I can't handle that. I love my son, and it frightens me at times that I know that babies are younger.
Mm-hmm.
They're cute and adorable, and the world loves them. And then when they become teenagers and young teens, now is you're black, and the rules change. So now they're under the scrutiny and all of that. So I just worry about when it's time for him to start getting out into the world and do his own thing.
Yeah.
That's just some of the things that I worry about because I know how,
And
I've been
it's true.
through things out here.
It's a factual thing because my son, my youngest son, he has like locks and he's tall and all that. And so I've been driving my car for however months. I didn't know I needed to renew my registration, you know. And he drove my car one time to the
Mm,
store and got pulled over. So, and I go to the same store every day,
mhm.
every day. I go to the same store. I done passed that cop 1,000 times and sit on that corner. But when he went past in my car, they pulled him over. And so and it's so hard as a parent to say, listen, I'm sorry to tell you this, but this is the reality, and it breaks my heart to say it, but I'd rather him be prepared than not be prepared. You cannot
Absolutely.
walk around with this on you. There's certain things that you kind of wear in certain areas,
Hmm.
just so that you can avoid the drama and problems. And it's sad that we still have to talk about this in 2024, but it
But
is to protect them.
I had a friend of mine who's a white guy, and I remember well, we were friends, but this was like a few years ago. I forget, it may have been around the George Floyd murder. We're gonna call it what it is.
Definitely a murder,
Um,
brutal murder.
I remember just having this discussion with him because he was trying to. I felt like he was trying to justify it or trying to make light of it.
Right.
And so the discussion led to us talking about our kids because he has a son, and I was explaining to him like, "Yo, the conversations that you and I are gonna have with our boys are two totally different conversations.
Yeah.
Your conversation, your son's going to come to you one day. Hey, Dad, I'm going to the mall with my friends. You're going to say, hey, okay, have a good time. Be home by such and such. My son's going to come to me. Hey, Dad, I'm going to the mall with my friends. I have to go, hey, come here for a second. Let me talk to you. Hey, now look, when you don't do this, if you see this, don't do this. If something happened, you go this way. Don't do this. I have to give him this whole damn itinerary of do's and don'ts
Yeah.
just so he could have a chance of making it back home to me. I told him, you're not going to have that discussion.
Yeah.
Your son is not going to know what it's like to be followed through the mall, through a clothing store.
Right.
Your son is not going to know what it's like to just be sitting minding his business and people looking at him like he's suspicious, like what is he doing over here? Or you don't belong in this neighborhood.
Right.
So miss me with that, bro, because it's not it's same planet, two different worlds.
Yeah.
And
He agree or did he not agree with that?
they get quiet.
Did he understand it? Yeah,
Like he took it and he was like, I see your point. But I really don't think
they can't conceive it.
they can't and that's the thing. And you know what? I kind of get why they don't. Because they have no experience in that.
Yeah.
And by no means am I justifying them at all. But they have no experience with it. So when they hear it, that's why they think we complain. Well, y'all not going through what we're going through.
No. And we'll never have to. And this is why
Never.
I think some things are suppressed and they promote or media, because media is mostly owned by people that don't look like us. And I think that's why if you keep putting women, because at one point black women was revered as almost untouchable. And like I'm gonna go back to a question that I asked earlier. Do you think that we need to give more? Do we need to give more of something to respect versus that men just need to know how to respect us?
It's it's a quote. I believe it was Bernie Mac. He said it's a man's job to respect a woman, but
Period.
it's a woman's job to give him something to respect. And I thought that was so profound.
Yeah.
And we're in the times now where it's just everybody wants to be free and free from responsibility, free from shame, free from everything. Let's just do what feels good, do it.
What?
Just do it. And you better accept it, because the minute you try to tell me I'm wrong, then you're a hater, or you infringing on my beliefs or whatever. But
My
there's no.
flag.
So So I agree with that statement. I think on both sides we do have to do a better job.
Yeah. I
But
think we need more mentors.
see, we don't have that. See,
We don't.
back in the day, I had uncles,
I
I
had
had OGs that was just around the way. Where if they saw me getting in trouble, Lonnie, hey, boy, get from over there, get your ass home, and
and
they'll
the
call and tell, hey, he down here wilding.
and I come from. I'm gonna age myself, but matter of fact, my birthday's tomorrow. That's why I had to change. I come from, and I'm got one more year before I'm in my 40s, so I'll be 39 tomorrow.
Are you a baby? I'm just playing. I'm 43. I'm 43. I
Oh, okay.
turned 43 in January.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Capricorn.
yeah,
Is that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Capricorn? Okay,
yeah,
my
yeah,
brother's a Capricorn.
yeah,
He's the 5th of January, my brother. Anyway, so I was blessed to have mentors.
yeah.
So I would never forget. I walked into a meeting because at the time I was doing network marketing, and my mentor built me up and said, "You are not dressing like this at a meeting." And she took me right down the street to the thrift store, and she said to me and kept saying to me, "People address you based off how you dress."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I think today, for some reason, women are not being told this. So they think it's like I don't understand the whole thing with the what is it? My body, my now don't get me wrong, it is your body.
My body, my choice.
My body, my choice, and slut walk, and I can do whatever what I want, and I should be looked at just like how I would a man. And I believe that there are just some double standards that are just going to be double standards because we are not the same. A woman operating like a dude, in my opinion, it's not going to be respected as a. You can look bad. Like I can't stand the era of the bad bitches. I'm just annoyed with the bad bitches. I miss the queens where you can get online, look beautiful or look average, and you have something to say. Versus most of the time, this is all I see.
Ah,
What's the point?
look. I'm a
What are you saying? Why
yo.
do you hoes not think it's smart to cook? That's a good thing. I'm telling you, men love women that cook.
Hey, my cousin said, "Yo, ladies, y'all underestimate the power of. Hey, have you eaten today?"
Yes.
He said just that one line
Yes.
it's soothing, yo.
Yes, it is.
It's
I think women should feel proud that they're responsible for. You got a thumbs up.
that Apple be doing too much, yo. They be doing too much. When you do like, see, it's going see, and then you do
Oh,
this.
I didn't know
They,
that.
they do too much,
Oh,
yo.
I'm not on a computer. I'm on
Yeah.
a computer. I'm not.
Yes,
I
Apple
didn't
be
know
doing.
you could do that.
They be doing too much. They do too. That's unnecessary.
That is unnecessary.
We didn't need that. So they can add that, but you can't make the family emojis black.
Right, right. They did. They never made it black either.
But I digress.
That's. I forgot of Apple. You need to get it together.
But see, it's little things like that though that go under the radar. So what are you saying, that black families don't exist? Because
Right.
you could change the color of every other emoji, but all the emojis that are like couples
Couples
or
are
that are
just.
families, you can't change them. You can't change them.
That's
That's
ridiculous.
not a mistake.
I don't think so either.
That's not a mistake.
So going back to what I was just saying, Apple, get your shit together. We're gonna see
Facts.
a letter.
Yeah.
But going back to what I was saying, I think women need to understand how incredibly incredible of a responsibility it is to be responsible for what goes into the bodies of your family. Like
Mm-hmm.
the reason that these people are eating good, I don't think it should be looked at as something that is just like, I don't cook, I don't clean, but that's not realistic.
Nah, nah.
And
And so what you saying that you think a man gonna come and be like, well, all right, cool, let's go then.
right,
Nah. Now, going back to what you said, yeah, you can do whatever you want to do out here. You can choose your actions, but you can't choose the consequences
yeah,
or the repercussions.
right.
So yeah, you can do what you want to do, but you can't control how people respond to you or treat you. You have to be careful what you put out, and that's men and women. You see dudes on here, they flossing all the time. They showing bread, they showing they whatever. Then when women come to you like, hey, you like, see, that's all y'all want. Well, that's all you showing me, dog. So
I mean,
what else am I supposed to look at you for when
right.
that's all that I see?
Just like women who show your titty, your at your all this, and then you're confused to why you're only getting a response if someone wanted to smash.
Yeah. Why y'all in my inbox? Well, I thought that's what you wanted because so I was out of line then. Forgive me. I thought you showing your titties was like saying,
An
come
invitation.
here.
Yeah. And
So, yo, it's the internet is just annoying. It's really annoying out here, yo. And you said all you see nowadays is just, them doing whatever. But look, I always like to do both sides. We condoning it. Because
yeah.
we would sit here and watch a whole video of a woman just doing whatever and hopes that she gonna turn around or something or shake something. We'll sit here and watch a whole video of that.
Not just men though. Even I think it's just distracting. I think so. I think it's human nature to be just, the woman's body is attractive, right? I'm not one of the new age women who like, I'm traditional. I like God. If you see an attractive woman, you guys even get inspired. I'll be like, well, damn, let me go do some crunches. Let me go do some squats. But I think though you're right. Like if you're putting that out that you all about the money, that's what you're going to get, and you're
Yeah,
going to get the same results if you only putting out sex. You're going to attract that. But let me ask you, the whole thing with cis men and men who, in my opinion, are probably the men that most women would want to be as a husband or in a relationship with, right?
mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I feel like the media today is making men who are actually men the like bad that you're sensitive or you express your emotions or that you don't argue back with women or you don't cheat, or these type of things. What are your thoughts in regards to how I feel the men the the vision of what a man is supposed to be, I think, is being tarnished.
It really is. They've taken the word masculinity and turned it into a negative thing.
Yeah.
They've taken the word and they've added all these negative connotations to it. When back in the day, masculine men being masculine just meant, you didn't go for the foolishness. You took her business, and that's just what it was. Now it's like it's almost as if you tried to stand on masculine principles, you're toxic.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, if you if you don't condone certain things, then you're anti this.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. I can have, just because I'm not marching with you and waving the flag to whatever it is that your lifestyle is, it doesn't mean I'm against you.
Yeah.
It's just I just don't have any say so in that matter. That's not my world.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of other shit as a black man that I have to be concerned about.
Yeah.
That's not one of them. But do you? I don't wish any harm or hatred towards nobody.
Yeah. I feel like that with the LBG thing, not to cut
Yeah,
off the topic. I feel
what
like I can't say anything, but I feel like,
you can't. You
yeah,
can't.
but I feel like if you ask me, I'm going to tell you my opinion and reality of what I think is very much clear and logical. Now, don't
But
get me wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with if you want to be with whoever.
but wanting equality and all of that, it comes with that means you got to take everything that comes with that. Whether it be the scrutiny, whether it be the side eyes, whether it just be us not agreeing. I don't have to agree with you. We don't have to agree.
Like, I don't think it, I think like little things like logical. I don't want to, I'm not going to argue with a man who's now a woman and about if he's ministrating or if he should play with football with us, you know, those kind of things. So like, I won't go into detail because I'll probably get canceled.
No, no, I don't. Now the competition thing, competing, hell no, I don't agree with that. I would
Different.
be remember the swimmer dude who he transitioned and then he started swimming in the women's league and start breaking all of these records. If I'm a parent of a daughter
I'm gonna be pissed.
and we have had her in swimming lessons her whole life because this is what she wants to do, and she's worked her ass off and she's competed and blah 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 and this and that, and then he comes along. Yo, I'm livid.
Yeah,
I am livid because it's
yeah,
not fair.
it's
Just
not.
like they had the UFC guy who transitioned and was like like you don't.
What? So like that's one of those things I think is a double standard that will never change. Men are stronger than women. Period. If I punch you in the face and then if a man punches the same person in the face, it's not going to be the same.
It's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be
And
the same.
so,
It's not gonna be the same.
but going back to the men, to the masculinity
Mm.
and being attacked, um, what do you say in regards to and going back to the bridge? So masculinity is being attacked, femininity in some aspects is being attacked. How do we make this bridge something that people can actually cross?
Again, I think it goes back to communication.
Yeah,
We have to get a better understanding of one another, man, because we at the end of the day, both sides really want the same thing.
same
It's
thing.
just that women speak a different language from us. We speak a different language from y'all. And it seems like neither side is trying to learn each other's language.
Yeah,
It's just so I want this, so give me this. And it's like, well, I want this. But we're saying the same thing. It's just we're going about it in different ways.
yeah,
So I think we just have to communicate. And we just have to communicate. We have to get back to having patience. We don't
yeah.
have any patience.
We be
We
like,
quick we quick to just disregard. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. You don't agree with me? Okay, bye. I'm ghosting you. And you would never get anywhere.
what's
And
your thoughts on ghosting?
huh?
What's your thoughts on ghosting? I think it's cruel.
I think for the most part, I think so too.
Hmm.
I think it varies though. Now, if you're ghosting someone because they're trying to I guess I want to say harm, but if they're just trying to,
Exploit.
tear you down or
Yeah,
abuse you, mentally, emotionally, and stuff. Like I'm for that.
yeah,
But if we're just having like a disagreement where maybe some things are not working out, or maybe we just hit a little rough patch, I think we're owed a conversation.
yeah.
I think we're owed a conversation. Like, don't just ghost me, and then when I run into you somewhere down the line, you're like, "Well, I didn't appreciate when you had said that." Well, damn, we could have talked about that.
Right. And now 5, 6, 7 years that went past. I actually had a similar experience because I recently had someone pass away. You see everybody at the funeral. It's like, wait a minute, why did this happen? Well, it wasn't me. It was this and that. And it's like, you waited 10 years to tell me this? But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
um,
Can I ask you a question?
yeah, absolutely.
What do you think about? Damn, my short term memory ain't shit.
I literally had 3 questions just now, and it was like, while you were talking, I was like, where is my pen?
I had it. I had it.
It's going to come back.
I
It'll come.
hope so. But go ahead. It'll come to me. Go ahead.
So, yeah, so I believe we definitely need to stop focusing on what we don't want. I think you're right about we all want the same things. But I think, and I'm big on social media. I even train on how to use it in some aspects and try to get people to use it for their business. And it's part of my business portfolio and trying. So I don't think it's the worst thing. But I think with something as powerful as this, it has to be used with responsibility and us to, like, for example, I don't think people read anymore, right? I'm a
No.
big reader. I'm such a geek when it comes to books. And I remember back in the day, we used to have like the reading programs where in
Mm-hmm.
the summertime, kids would be looking for books,
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff, so that they can get the pizza party and all that. But anyway, I feel like
Pizza parties was lit too.
wasn't they lit? I used to win them junks too. I used to come up in there with my 10 books, like, no, y'all ain't read these 10 books.
Yeah.
So I feel like though we don't know how to communicate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like because we aren't really doing the things in which like personal development and all this different stuff anymore, I feel like you go online, most people wake up, they go online, start their day with whatever comes on, or not realizing this is probably going to affect your day.
Immediately.
Huh?
Immediately.
Immediately, this is going to affect your day. You haven't gotten anything in to exercise up here. And now you, whatever you saw, that's what you think the world is.
Yeah. I tell you what. I woke up. This was probably the other day, a couple of days ago. I woke up, and usually when I wake up, I made it a habit not to immediately grab my phone.
Yeah.
So, because
Well,
usually what we normally do, as soon as our eyes open up, we grab the phone and we look. So I try to make a conscious of get up, get yourself together first,
yeah.
get your day started. But I made the mistake of grabbing my phone, and as soon as I got on IG, the first thing I saw was um a police brutality video. I cut it off immediately and threw my phone to the side. But see, even though I didn't even watch the whole video,
It's
now that thought and that imagery and all of that is in my head. So now when I'm washing up, I'm my mood is different
yeah.
because now I'm frustrated because I'm sick of that. But so we have to be careful with what we consume.
Yeah.
We have to be careful about what we put into our mental, man, the imagery. And because like you said, it affects us. We may not even be aware of it, but
No.
it affects us. It affects us. I know. I remember I had fussed at my son one morning. It was before school, and I hated that. I
Yeah.
should have waited because I don't want to send him to school.
With that feeling. That's like kick. I don't know if you heard of Zig Ziglar. I'm a geek, but Zig Ziglar, he used to call. He has his whole, I guess you can call, not sermon because he wasn't a preacher, but this whole piece about kicking the cat.
Hmm.
And he does this whole thing on how the mother wakes up, yell at the kid, then the kid goes to school, does something at school and get the teacher mad. The teacher goes home, yells at the husband. The husband then yells at the son, then the son gets mad and kicks the cat. So he
Yeah,
takes the whole
but yeah, yeah.
thing about
So,
how we can mess up
so
our day by doing
is
that thing.
I yep. And so when he came home, I couldn't wait for him to come home from school. I hugged him and I told him I loved him, and I didn't apologize because it wasn't nothing to apologize for.
Right.
But I just kind of talked to him and just, I'm really big on communication.
Yeah.
I don't think that nothing should be off limits when you're dealing with someone. Like we should be able to have a conversation about anything. Yeah, you still want to have, I guess you still want to have certain boundaries,
Yeah.
but I still should feel comfortable coming to you about something that may make you uncomfortable.
Right. A safe space to be vulnerable.
Yeah. Because every conversation is not going to be just happy go lucky. Sometimes you got to have those talks where we're gonna walk away not feeling each other,
Yeah.
and that's fine. So you go to your corner, I go to my corner. Hey, we deal with how we deal with, and we come back together and we continue this journey.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem in our world right now, though. People don't like to be direct. I think when you're direct, you're viewed as an asshole.
Kevin
And say it again.
Kevin Samuels.
Oh, but Kevin ain't have to call that girl a linebacker.
I listen. I listen. He was out of line on a lot of things.
But he does that, I think, for the entertainment piece.
Yeah,
I think he was too intelligent enough to and articulate. He knew how to articulate well enough, I think, where he could have talked to those women differently. But I think once he blew up, he had to keep that imagery. But I don't think that he really in real life would be like, "Yo, you look like a linebacker, but you want somebody who wears 6 feet." But that's reality, though. It's like you do want this nice fit man, but you look like this. You
now
know, it's mean, but it's real.
it is. But I remember my question.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, do you think? So, what is your thoughts on outgrowing friendships? It could be a relationship or a friendship, but like, what are your like? It doesn't necessarily mean it comes to an end because we're broken up, but can you like? How do you feel about just being with someone or being in a friendship where it's like, I think I've outgrown that person?
I've had this.
Is that, do you feel like you should kind of struggle to make it work, or if you feel like you outgrown that person or that friendship, should you have the right to just move on? Of course, with communication, of course.
I feel that